whatsoever. Today we'll have a look at two stocks in US. We'll have a look at Meta that pushed higher almost 4% yesterday and resuming uptrend, confirming it. There was positive sentiment on the RSI, and it is indicating likely higher levels. I think we will see it being testing the 688 minor resistance and could push to new all-time highs here fairly shortly. Very strong move, and we can see also moving average all rising, and the 55 coming up here. And maybe in about a week's time, if it continues this higher, then it will break above the 200 moving average, and that we have a gold cross. So that will be key to watch. As long as it stays above 621, then it will be in the bullish trend. If it closes below, well, then we will have a situation where it can close this gap down here to 606. And if it does that, well, then we have a new situation we need to discuss. Then we are back in neutral. Nvidia, that came with earnings last week, I believe it was, got rejected at the resistance at 143.45. And still in a bullish trend, as we can see, but it needs to close above this peak up here, 143.45, to further confirm a bullish trend. And what is also worth to notice is that there's actually divergence on the RSI. We can see the RSI declining, market move, or price moves higher. So it's actually in an exhaustion mode, indicating it could be see a correction, possibly down to around 125 or something, where we have some stronger support areas down to 123. 200 moving average coming up here, giving some support. So, but keep an eye on this 143.45. Let's have a look at the overall market. Nasdaq 100 closed yesterday above 21,455 and could push higher. It's actually higher close. We do have divergence, as you can see, RSI here lower than here. So declining RSI indicating exhaustion. However, we can see the 55 moving average is very close to breaking above the 100. No, sorry, that's a 200 breaking above 100. That's a little bit unusual, but we can see all of them are rising. So if we also get a close above this 21,612 peak here, well, then the uptrend has really been confirmed, and we see new all-time highs towards 222, probably higher. Here pre-market a little bit lower though, so it is not a slam dunk yet, so let's see what will occur. S&P 500, we have S&P 500, also a good day yesterday, but it needs to close above 5,969. Then we have a confirmed uptrend with a potential higher levels to previous peaks. Dow Jones, more or less unchanged yesterday, wasn't much higher, and still this range here between 42,841 and 41,414. In Asia session this morning, we have seen Hang Seng bouncing from the support here at 22,638. We talked about yesterday it could do that since it actually closed above the 55 moving average. So keeps bouncing here, and let's see if it can push and take out the 23,917. There is divergence on the RSI, so it is debatable, but if RSI closes back above 60 threshold and above the falling trend line there, then I think we'll see a new high on Hang Seng. Nikkei a little bit more indecisive, range bound, basically between 36,570 and the peak here at 38,790. European markets, we have EuroStoxx50 that's a little bit lower yesterday. Could be in this corrective phase here, but as long as it stays above 5,228, still a bullish trend. Pre-market a little bit lower, but it can easily change. Still positive sentiment on the RSI. No divergence indicating we could see higher levels. Whereas the DAX index a little bit, well, we have a divergence. You see the RSI value is declining. Let's just add a trend line so it's easier to see. There we are, indicating uptrend exhaustion, but if RSI closes back above the falling trend line, then we could see higher levels on the DAX. and especially if it closes above the previous peak, despite the fact that there's actually a bearish engulfing here, top and reversal pattern here, pre-market a little bit lower, but not much to talk about. Still, we have this bearish engulfing top and reversal, so it actually indicating trend exhaustion and possible reversal. On the currency market, the FX, bullish trend here on euro dollar, post higher yesterday above 113.85. I think it can push higher. We also have RSI back above 60 threshold. It was already in a positive sentiment, but now it's back above, close back above, and I think we'll see it pushing higher towards 116 here in the coming days and weeks. It's not a slam dunk, but we are higher highs, higher low, higher highs. So let's see a little bit of a setback there, and then we will probably see most likely see next move. It's not a recommendation though. The cable sterling dollar, well, we had the 100 moving average crossing over here in a gold cross on the 200 moving average, 55 coming up, but we are a little bit stressed, but still uptrend is intact unless it breaks back above, back below 134.15, then we could see a correction lower. The euro sterling, well, if it can get back above 84.65, and then I think we'll see a push up to 85, possibly up to 85 and a quarter, maybe a bit more. But we are in a bouncing mode there. If it's being rejected, expect it to slide lower. There is some strong resistance there also with the 50.5 moving average. Dollar yen, let's just adjust that a little bit. Dollar yen still above 142, support area here. If it breaks below, expect a push down to test the 140 and a quarter, 140, but bouncing a little bit we could see. But all moving averages indicating lower levels. If we get RSI closing back below 40, then it will confirm a further downside. Euro yen, not much to say. We haven't said in a long time. Resistance 165, support here 161. That big wide range there. Aussie yen, when it got rejected here at the 100 moving average, I think we'll see a test of the 91.65 support. Key supporters though is the down here at 90.60. RSI still positive sentiment, so where will it close below 40 and then go into negative, or reconfirm by closing above 60 threshold? That will be key. I think I will do this. I will actually add a horizontal line there. So if we get a close above 93.90, then I actually think we will see it push up to the 95.75 area. The sterling yen, well, sliding a little bit lower after being rejected there. Will it form a kind of a double top? Not really a good one, but still keys resistance here at 196.40 for upside potential, and for now it seems it will just also be range bound here. It's not a clear direction for most of the yen pairs. Aussie dollar, well, forming this, I don't know what it is. It's a slightly rising trend actually. We can see here if we add just a trend line there, we see higher lows there. But it's not confirming really a bullish trend. There is positive sentiment on the RSI indicating it should push higher, but I think the 200 moving average declining here is actually holding it down, where we have the 55 and the 100 trying to push it up. So we are boxed in here on a range bound. I want to see it close above 65.50 for further upside potential, and 63.40 to the downside. So it's still a little bit up in there which way it will go. The dollar Canada, well, still in a bearish trend, could push lower, but now we're getting some indication of a downtrend exhaustion. However, 55 moving average going down also to the 100 and the 200 flat here, so there's very strong resistance here in the area around 140 and a quarter. I think we'll see it hovering around these current levels here at the moment. If we're looking at the weekly, I don't think we get much guidance really. See, we have some strong support here also with the cloud support. So seems like it's in a downtrend exhaustion mode. The sterling Canada bounced from the 55 moving average. but it has indicating a correction phase that could take it a little bit lower, but we have some strong support down here in the region around 183, 182.60, where the 100 moving average coming up. We have cloud support there also. So let's see if it takes out 186.95, these peaks here, then an uptrend resumes. EuroSwiss, still key support here, just below 93. Declining tops, all moving average declining, so I think we'll see a push eventually. Also still negative sentiment on the RSI. I think we'll see a push eventually, but keep an eye on that, those lows there. The dollar Swiss below minor support at 81.85. Downtrend further confirmed, negative sentiment on the RSI. We can remove this one. I think we'll see it pushing lower towards the previous lows here around 80.40 and possibly lower. Dollar index also closed below minor support there, trying to get back up here, but still negative sentiment on the RSI, and there was actually no divergence as we can see here on the lows over here. So I think we'll see it continue low. We are lower low, lower high, lower low, declining trend line. Moving on to gold, that continued uptrend yesterday, confirming it with a close above the previous peak there. RSI still needs to further confirm it by a close above 60 threshold. Didn't do that, so setting back a little bit here, but I think it will push higher towards the previous peak, possibly even take out 3,500. Let's see about that. It is still early times though, but we are still in a bullish trend as long as we stay above 3,240. If it moves back below that, then we are in a neutral situation, but for now, still bullish. The silver spot, silver prices shot higher yesterday, setting back this morning. That's really interesting, but pushed higher here, almost up to the 161.8 projection at just around 35. It could still do it in the coming days. We have positive sentiment on the RSI indicating likely higher levels. The platinum bounced from the 38.2 retracement at 1,047 and could bounce further here in the coming days. There's no divergence on the RSI indicating likely higher levels. Copper, interesting, above the 489 but couldn't stay above, so collapsed, and now we are still back down here. RSI also didn't close above 60 threshold, so that was a false break, and we're still caught range bound. We need to close above 489. Energy market and WTI, yeah, not much to say. A range bound between 60 and just here around 65. Needs to close above 64.87 for confirming our bullish trend. Brent Crude oil, really the same. We actually have a slightly declining or falling trend here. It's still negative sentiment on the RSI, but we did have indication of trend exhaustion. So let's see, we can add this trend line here. There we are. If it breaks below that and also below the 40 threshold, then a downtrend is likely to resume, or is actually confirming to resume. The European nat gas bounced from the 61.8 retracement, and if it takes out the lows from this from yesterday, then I think we'll see a push down to take out and test these lows here. We are in a bear trend and a negative sentiment, so I think we'll see it sliding lower. The US nat gas, well, it's still 684 resistance and the cloud resistance a little bit higher up here. So it seems also to be boxed in. But 200 moving averages coming up, 55 maybe turning around. Let's see about that. So maybe will it close above and confirm a bullish trend. But we need then the RSI to close above that too, at the 60 threshold, that is. Treasury yields, well, the US 10-year, well, short-term bearish correction move there. Still positive sentiment on the RSI. 100 dragging lower, 55 coming up, 200 coming up. So I think we could still see a correction. We could actually see it down to the 61.8 here at 431 before a fairly strong bounce. But let's see if it moves back above 450, closes back above 450, then I think the uptrend will resume. The 2-year, well, the 2-year still above the 55 moving average, so not much to say there. Also in a correction phase. If we move into the European ones here, the 10-year, well, you can see key support here around 249. It's testing quite a few times now, and still risk down to 243. Well, risk. We wouldn't mind that if we can get lower interest rate. We have the 55 moving average kind of pushing it down there. However, the RSI is still above 40 threshold, still in a bullish sentiment. And if we get the Euro 10 back above 260, then I think uptrend could resume. The UK 10, well, range bound between here 460 and 482. And then finally, cryptos and Bitcoin testing minor resistance there at 106,632. If it takes it out, then I think uptrend will resume, and we could see a new high here above 112,000. It hit it basically spot on. There's still positive sentiment on the RSI. No divergence actually indicating like the high levels, but let's see about that. We need confirmation on that. We have Ethereum. Minor resistance there at the peak at 2790. If it takes out that, expect a move above 3000. And what it could do here also, we could add a trend line. See, you can work it with it like that. If it breaks above its above falling trend line here, then I think we'll see a push higher. All right, that's all for today. Have a nice day and talk to you again later.